Hey guys, and welcome back. It's Monday, and for me that means today is just absolute brutality. Now, it's not like I get off on the weekends, so it's like a going back to work thing. I mean, my job is every single day. It's more that Monday is my main shipping day, so I get up at about 5 a.m. to take my daughter to diving practice. Today I came home and had to enter in all of the names from the Aquatic Gardeners Association giveaway. There were like 700 of you, and I split them into international and US so that there would be an even shot for both. Congratulations to Stephanie Steele and Monica Pruitt. You won. Shoot me an email with your contact details so that I can forward it on to AGA. That took me over 2 hours to do. I'm gonna have to come up with a better system because, wow. Although I will say it was super fun, like reading all the different locations and really seeing the level of humor some of you guys have with your usernames. Some of them were really freaking funny, and you know, I read all my comments, but I don't always take note of the username, so copying and pasting and typing them out really gave me quite a few chuckles this morning, so thank you for that on a Monday. Today, after I ship and everything, I'll have to do my water changes, drop my boxes, and really Mondays just always feel like they are never ending to me. Usually it takes me about 8 hours to package all the orders and make my boxes, and then I need to, you know, do my mom stuff like clean the house and prep dinner. Generally on Mondays, both of my children have extracurriculars, so we don't actually get done, I don't actually get done my running around until usually close to 8:30 or so at night, at which point I sit down to do my emails and answer comments and things like that. And adding this Fishmas daily vlog into it really adds another level of stuff to do. But you know, it'll be alright. I'll get it done. It's just a little bit exhausting to think about, in all honesty. As always, I have my manual list here, and then I've made my labels, and as I'm packing up boxes, I'll double check my invoices to make sure that I have not forgotten anything. And because it's often that I'll forget like a plant that someone ordered or a thing of food or whatever, and I have to come back over here and get it. Tell me what your guys' Monday routine is in the fish room. You know, I have some of the things that I do every day no matter what, like water changes. I can't ever skip those because my tanks are just too densely stocked. But there's a lot of things that I don't do down here on Monday, like I'll never show you guys the fish room floor on a Monday, because if you remember correctly, as I go around a net, I don't reuse nets unless it's in the same tank, so the entire fish room floor by the end of a Monday is covered with duckweed I've scooped out, dirty nets, ends of these bags, which I toss towards the trash can but rarely hit the trash can, like that one just hit the floor. And then my entire office is trashed from packaging boxes. I come down here Tuesday morning and just groan. You would think I would get into a routine of cleaning up after myself as I do this, but just always feels like on a Monday there's not enough hours in the day. So far I've gone around and caught a couple of the orders. Generally I catch as many as the specimen containers I have, and then I go and catch again until they're all caught and bagged up and ready to go. It makes for a long day though, doing this. But I I do enjoy it. I have to say, the shipping part's not super fun, just because, you know, I worry about every single shipment that goes out until I either hear that it's there fine or I don't hear anything. I assume no news is good news. I'd say maybe like 1/10 of the people that get stuff from me actually let me know that it got there okay, which is fine because I don't either when I get stuff. From shipping this week, I'm gonna have probably 3 or 4 more empty tanks, which means I can consider ordering more fish for next week, or maybe even this week. I'll have to take a look at the finances. A lot of you gave me some really good suggestions on lighting. I think what is important to me down here for lighting is that it looks uniform, that it illuminates the tanks well enough for me to be able to do video in, and that the lighting can maintain low to medium light plants, and that they are in 4-foot sections, or preferably longer. I think what I'm going to do when I make my own is actually get singular drivers for each row, so there'll be 16-foot long lighting sections, and then I'll use the LED pucks, probably about 8 per 4-foot section, and then each row will have a single driver, and that means 1 plug per row, which will be nice. And the LED, you know, it will, in theory, it's more energy efficient, but it really depends on how many LEDs you use. And when you're trying to light as much as I am, sometimes the energy savings really isn't that impressive. But to get the uniform look back, to have the fish room equally lit, to have it look tidier, to me is absolutely priceless. So that's what I'm really looking forward to. You know, at one point this fish room was absolutely, everything was lighted exactly the same, and it looked so crisp and so uniform, and I really liked it. It just gives a really polished impression, and now it's a bit haphazard because of all the various lighting. So I'm really hoping that I will get to start working on that in the next week or so. It's a big project. It's daunting because I honestly don't have much time extra each day. Pardon me, I'm still lingering cold stuff. I don't really have that much time each day to do anything else. But if you think about the fact that I would need 4 4-foot sections, 3 rows on 4 or 5 different walls, and even cheap LED fixtures, you know, $50, $65. That is a lot of money. So I think what I'm going to do with making my own is just try and do 1 wall at a time. Now hopefully the ad revenue from YouTube this month, despite every single video I make being demonetized, hopefully that will be nice because it's December and this is when a lot of advertisers are advertising. In order for me to like buy all the materials at once, I think I'll probably get at least a little bit of a discount if I'm spending $1,000 or $1,500 at once on supplies. But we'll have to see. So hopefully I can get that stuff organized. I'm almost due to do like a really solid decluttering down here. Over time, I tend to throw like rocks and pleco caves and various things underneath my racks to get them out of the way while I'm catching fish or things like that. And, you know, out of sight, out of mind. So I'm very nearly due for pulling every single thing out from underneath my racks and just cleaning the crap out of the fish room. Normally I do that in the second week of December because I don't ship fish. too close to the holidays, so I have like a 2-week window of time where it frees up, you know, maybe 30 hours a week that I would otherwise be shipping fish for me to do other things around the fish room. And that's when I plan on making these lights and doing a good deep clean down here. I dread it though. All right, so I have to go catch some high pancistrus, which means breaking down the entire aquarium. And I'm gonna try and sex them too, even though they're young. So maybe I'll show you guys some of that. If not, I'll be right back. So while I have this aquarium torn apart, I'll take the opportunity to really remove all the detritus from all over it. Because even though I have it set up in a way that it's relatively easy to maintain, it's always nice to take advantage of a good cleaning when it's easier. Now this is the L236 aquarium, which is one of the zebra type plecos. It also holds my pinoculus that I got from Andreas Tanke, which have doubled in size. They've really become quite beautiful. I'm pretty excited. I haven't really looked at them too close since I put them in here. Let me show you the fish that I caught. So these are the L236 plecos. Absolutely stunningly gorgeous fish. And very, very, very uncommon. Now, as you can see, the tank's pretty much pulled apart. I sold off all the bigger L236 now, but I still have a group of the smaller ones. Believe it or not, there's still 10 of them in here. So now I'm going to put the aquarium back together. You can see there's still several, quite a lot actually, of these plecos in here. And again, I'm just arranging the caves so that there's caves on various levels, as well as caves formed by the wood, and I'm keeping it so that I can hopefully still easily clean in between all these things. Now you would also want to make sure when you're catching plecos out of an aquarium like this, that if you remove wood that has crevices that are difficult to see into, that you do it over a bucket. Because almost always some pleco or another will be in a crevice of wood, and I left the ones that they're usually stuck in the aquarium. So it's not set up the same way, but that's not really a big issue because none of these plecos are at breeding size yet. Alright, time to bag them up. Alright guys, on my way to drop boxes and run a few errands. If I have time between the hectic afternoon schedule, I'll take you guys, the head and tail light touchers were just eating my fingers. I'll take you guys around the fish room, but if not, I'll see you tomorrow.